Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, we're live, Lou. We're live. We can't act silly. Oh, yes, we can. What's going on, everyone? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
This is Fred Lenartz, the subprime hero. And I'm so excited because this morning we have a special guest.
Very special.
It's somebody that I've actually was part of his career. I was actually there for his first deal.
We'll go over that some more.
And Lou was a big part of the beginning of this guy's career. Now he is out doing things that we were doing with other people now. He's training, he's teaching, he is doing it all, and he is massively growing. We're going to get
He is a solutionary.
He is a solutionary.
But he's also homegrown.
He is extremely homegrown, and that's the best part about it. So we will.
Oh, what is? Hold on, real quick. It's this guy. Real quick. Let me show you this big picture. This is kind of the logo.
Boom.
Bam.
That might be something you've seen before.
A pioneer inside of his auto group because of something that I'll never have. I may never.
The beard.
I'm hoping that I get
the beard. You
One
never,
day.
dude. You're too old to
One
not.
day.
If you don't have it now, it's never happening. Unless they start. Unless they come out with a new technology to put little plugs in there for you.
We'll see. I'm trying to grow.
Well, folks.
All right. Either way, enjoy the intro.
Enjoy it. Here, we'll be back in a
Evan
moment.
Bowles will be right back with us. Get you some.
Bless a brew.
Focus.
Live. Keep rolling.
What's going on, car guys and car gals?
Wow.
Hopefully you've had fun flying with
Every
all of
morning.
the incredible solutionaries that you got to see inside of the intro. Those are some of the best people on the planet.
I mean, they're great people. They're just good friends. You know, they're the kinds that you can get every one of those people together, and we would sit down and have the best time because everyone would encourage each other. Everybody would help give each other tips. Everybody would have a just great conversation. And most of these people on there have some of the best personalities and some of the best inside jokes that you could ever imagine. They hit you with some good stuff. I love them. I am so honored that we had all those guests on the show. And that's not even everybody. We've actually still have some more people we need to throw on there to include our number one mentor that we've had from the beginning of our business, Matt Damos. So I did get some footage of him yesterday doing our Forget Focus Fly. So we're going to be dropping him back in there. But folks, if you want to be part of that video, it's very simple. Get a hold of us, carguycoffee2020@gmail.com. That's my email address for my side. You could also go to our, DM us. You can message us on Facebook. You can go to our LinkedIn. Anywhere that you see us, message us. If you're interested in being on our show, you have something that you want to share, something that you want to do to help uplift and upshift this whole car business game, give us a holler because we love people like that. And speaking of people like that,
speaking of solutions,
oh my goodness, I'm so excited. We have a special guest. You guys already seen this.
He's looking good. He's looking good today, folks. Man,
this picture here doesn't do him justice. his face doesn't quite look like a thumbs up.
And he's trimmed it.
He's trimmed his
your face
quite
doesn't look like a thumb, and you got a little bit less beard.
So let me get him on here. Let's
like
everybody, let's welcome Mr.
Evan Bowles.
Yes, actually, guitar player extraordinaire.
Yes.
That's something I've learned from using social media. I'm actually in the middle of learning guitar. I've been playing for a little over a year now. I'm getting pretty decent. I'm not quite.
He's got some sick guitar.
I'm not quit level yet. I'm more of acoustic, just strumming and having fun. And I'm starting to pick some chords now. But I'm loving it. I've put the work in the last year, so I've gotten quite decent. So I do. It's pretty neat to see somebody out there who could jam like you. There's another car guy in Kentucky that's a really good guitar player. He's out in I know we're talking about guitar. I don't mean to do that, Evan, but he's all the way out in Lexington. It's what's his name? The dude who works at the Hyundai store. He had his own little show thing too for a little bit. He did little videos.
The one that works at the Hyundai store?
He drives the Challenger Hellcat. You know what I'm talking about? What's his name? Sean? Well, anyway, this dude kills it on the guitar, bro. Like solos, like straight rock. You guys would probably have a fun time hanging out and playing guitar together. I need a connection. You would actually like the guy because he's a really hardcore car guy too, and he absolutely loves his team. He loves team building. He loves doing a lot of stuff like that. He's got the #1 Hyundai store in the state. I mean, he's doing his thing. He's a really. I'll get you that name whenever I think of it. But dude, awesome. I've seen him throw some stuff online. I'm like, whoa, bro, rock and roll, man. Let's go. So anyway, Evan.
Thank you
so much for being here this morning, man.
Where are you sitting right now, Evan?
I'm in my office. I'm at Swope Nissan. In the office, I get my lay of the showroom. I get my lay of the lot. It's the best spot.
It's one of the best office points in the city
look at
of Elizabethtown.
Heck of a view from there.
Love that spot.
Yep.
And we're going to get more into detail, but car guys and car gals, he's sitting in my chair, right? He's sitting in I was the first one to occupy that office and open up that store. And it is a great honor to be, what are we now, 8 years further?
8.5 years.
And he's sitting inside of that chair making great things happen for many different people. And he's building a legacy that is great. And I'm enjoying, and I'm so proud. I mean, I got to go hang out with Evan the other day.
Right.
We are part of a great honor of men. We are Doodle Dads.
Doodle Dads unite.
That's right. Doodle Dads unite. And we got our dogs together to hang out.
I heard about that.
And it was a good time. Good time. But I got to see his home. I got to see all of his awesome guitars. You need to go check that out. But Evan has grown so much inside of this business, and I've been honored to be a part of it. We got some great stories for you folks. Evan, welcome to the cafe. You doing all right this morning?
I'm doing fantabulous. How are you?
Well, I'm obviously getting a little caffeinated on some car guy coffee.
Let's brew.
Oh, yeah. This is car guy coffee here.
Oh, hit up with the bang. He was an energy drinking guy.
Nothing wrong with that.
Lou, you need a Monster? Lou, you need a Red Bull? Always running.
Try to look out for my dude.
I used to drink. That's not exactly right.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm gonna run a store. You need something, boss?
Yep.
Gotcha. So and that's the way to do it. And we all know that's how you come up in the game. You show respect to your boss, just like you do any elder in a sense. We all do that, and that's just kind of what we do. But then you get to that spot, and then people do the same for you. So that's what's a beautiful thing. I love the relationship that you guys have. I think it's great. I know every time we bring up your name, Evan, Lou has nothing but high praises for you. And there's going to be some stories that go on in this 5-liner. I think we're going to bring out some stuff that will interject when I got an opportunity to be part of it and your beginnings. So it's pretty neat to see where you've come as far as you come. Because when I first met you, I had no idea where you were going to go and how far you were going to go in this business. So it's cool to see you've made it a career, not just a job. And we'll get into that later too. And that's the key. That is so key to be able to get to the seat where you're sitting right now, Evan. Is you have to treat it like a career, not a job.
That's right.
And you should be very proud of yourself. And you're just beginning. You have me 7-8 years, bro. You're still a rookie, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you're a rookie who has enough room to say, "Hey, I've been doing it." So and I absolutely think that's wonderful, man. And and folks, don't take rookie as a bad word. And I know Evan's not taking it bad either, because when I say rookie, it's just because I've got like over double the time in the business. So when I have the right to say something, you're just a pup. Oh man, you're still wet behind the ears, right?
Yes, there's no gray in that beard, folks. So you can still be considered a pup, right?
Yeah.
Is there any in there? Is there? No.
Just
El Natural.
man.
Okay, well, good.
All right.
So Car guys, car gals, you all know what it is that we need to do before we can jump into a 5-liner with somebody that we're ready to brew with. Man,
you know what's
words
up.
got all fumbly bumbly, but I'm ready to get excited
Boom.
to apply the principle method to keep growing. And that is to apply 3 F's inside of your life. And that is to forgive, focus, and fly. You have great things you need to accomplish, and you cannot be weighed down by the weight of unforgiveness or fly into a wall because you've lacked the commitment to stay focused. So let's get ready to have an incredible day by Forgive, Focus, and Fly. And join us over there at Swope Nissan. It is Evan Bowles. 1, 2, 3. Forgive.
Focus. Fly.
Keep growing. Keep growing.
Good morning. Now the show. Okay, now the show is ready to go. Let's freaking make this happen. We got Evan Bowles, the bearded sales guy. Wow, I'm so excited about this, man.
There's a story behind that.
So every one of these things that we do, every person that we interview, we're going to ask 5 questions, bro. It's called the 5-liner, and we do this with every single person. And if you've heard any of our shows, all the questions are pretty similar, but the very first question is always the same. And the first question I'm going to ask you today, Evan, and I think this is a pretty important question for anybody who has looking for purpose, or anybody who's trying to find why do I do things? And that's the word. What is your purpose? What's your why? What makes you motivated every morning when you wake up? What makes you go, you know what, I'm going to go in today. I'm going to crush today. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to get my team pumped up. I'm going to move some metal. I'm going to have fun, and I'm going to do it every single day. What motivates you for doing that?
To create future leaders, to be honest. Lead by example and create somebody that has the passion that wants to grow and move to the next step. That's really the main motivator, is lead by example and create future leaders.
That's a great reason to do so, you know, especially when you really mean that at heart. Because a lot of times people, when you get to a leadership position, they still have that selfish salesperson mentality. And that's when they don't make it. You know, they get there and they're like, hey, I'm a leader now, but I still am doing it for myself. I'm not doing it for my team. I'm not going to lead. I'm going to just do me. And that's kind of, we've seen that all over the country. I've seen that with a lot of different management out there. You have to change that. And Evan, you have the right mentality there. That's exactly it. Once you get to the leadership position, it's no longer me anymore. It's us. It's my team. It's the people that I'm trying to help get to where I'm at. It's the people. And I tell you, some people can use that as motivation, and some people use that as demotivation. I think it's great that you're using that as motivation. I know I do. I know Lou does too, because there's nothing better than seeing your legacy through other people, seeing what you said being used by other people, seeing the clothes that you taught them being used multiple times and them shutting deals, and they don't even remember that you taught them that, you know, and that's okay. And that's what's such a beautiful thing about what you do. It's not about the reward of them coming up to you. And it's cool when they do tell you, man, thanks for teaching me that or whatever. But when you see your team growing, you don't need any words. You see them making their checks. The paychecks alone, when you see everybody on your team make a good check, you're like, I did my job this month. This is awesome. Everyone motivated. Everyone stayed on top of the game. Everyone made money. I'm excited. That is the ultimate pinnacle of being a manager, right? When everybody's making money. So
and you're like, yeah, you made a big check. Go ahead and get me that Red Bull.
Yeah, I'm saying now I want 2. I'll take 2 of those bad boys. Make sure you give me 2 Red Bulls, right? So that buy me lunch too. Cool. So
let's take some lunch as well. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So that was
pack of gum.
That's one of those things. Even when you were a salesperson, when you got to do that for your manager, you felt good when you had the money. You're like, boss, I got this, boss. You know what I'm saying? You saw me part of the last month.
It's on me. It's on me this time. Yeah.
It's on me. But yeah. So great answer, man. You know, I'm gonna dig in a little bit deeper on that, Lou, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
You know, I know that you have that, but let's say that you're not in the car business. What makes you Evan Bowles? What motivates you to wake up every day and just be the best version of yourself?
Well, first off, I'm a Christ follower, so Jesus calls us to live in his image. So, and it's not about just doing good by every day, but it's being genuine. It's not, oh, I feel like my good deed for the day is going to be to open this door for this person. It needs to come. It feels natural just to try to help people. And this isn't big-headed Evan, but it's just truly, I want to be a servant to others in whatever I'm doing, whether it be grocery shopping, worshiping at church,
right,
mentoring at youth, whatever it is. It's just to try to be the best example of a Christ follower I can be.
I love it.
I absolutely, that's exactly the right mentality. you're going to go, just that right there alone is going to take you a long way, and already has, you know, and you're going to, if you keep following that and you keep trying to help others and you keep trying to reach out and be more, and, you know, it's just going to help you be a better leader, better father, better husband, better brother, better sister. Doesn't matter what you are, male or female, you're going to be better as a person. You're going to leave this planet better than you left it or started it. You know what I mean? Like, that's like my ultimate goal. My ultimate goal is to do things on this planet, whether it's the car business, whether it's my family, whether it's my friends. I want to leave this planet a little bit better than when I had got the planet, you know, when I got on this planet. And if I could just do that, even if it's just 1%, I'm cool with that. I just want to leave it a little bit better. I want to do something, touch people, enough people to where it can do that. And I think he's on the same mission. So, Lou,
loving that.
Question number 2.
Well, I want to just build a little bit more on this incredible solutionary that's inside of the cafe with us and inside of his office, having a great day. One, it's a beautiful day today. So blessed to be able to have the day and to be able to own today. Evan, so you came into the car business, and there was lots of growth, right, that we had. I had the honor of being able to hire him in, right? He came in, trained him up. We have a great story on how his first car deal actually happened, his very first practice at a pencil with a customer, how that happened. But there were many different stages that occurred inside of all of those moments, right? And I want to key in, by the time we get to question number 2, we're going to key in on the key pivot that happened for Evan inside of committing to this business. But let's go ahead and hash out that very first car deal of Evan Boles. What happened there? Let me tell you guys something
about the story.
Let me tell you something that happened. Okay. So remember, we traveled all throughout the country. I had the chance to meet Evan when I took a small hiatus from the car business. I was working with T-Mobile and Aflac. So I was doing some fun stuff in between the two companies, trying to just have the time to really give focus to the street outreach, the troupe of great, incredible hip hop artists that have been able to mentor and tour all over the country and have some fun with, but was really keying into that, figuring out who I was at the time. As that occurred, made some relationships inside of some other businesses, and then eventually started to make my way back to the car business, right? I jumped out there with Fred. We went out to hang out with Adam Marburger in St. Louis, and I was back in the biz, right? But in that time, we started traveling around a little bit more. I then had an offer to come help this new big grand reopening of the Nissan store. We had the freshest, newest building in town, and I had the chance to get the office that he's sitting in right there and have a great time building a new culture. They were doing maybe, I don't know, 40-ish cars a month at that time. Wasn't really a big deal. Wasn't a lot going on yet, but I just saw great potential. Evan found out that was going down. Never been in the car business before. Naturally was able to sell. Said, Lou, I'd love to come rock with you. And I was like, hey, heck yeah. Matter of fact, because we trained so many people on the road, inside of a week, we turned them into instant car guys like Chef Sean and others, right? Carrie Westmoreland. I said, come out here. Come and hang out with me for the week. Come, let me get you a real jump start in this business. But that part didn't happen. So eventually I got to the Nissan store, got my feet in there, got all the certifications I needed to, and then eventually weeks later brought in Evan, right? Evan got trained up. We got him all the 10 steps. We got him the road to a sale. He got his certifications with Nissan, did all the cool things that you're supposed to do before you're really supposed to meet that first customer. Then my friends are in town. I said, hey guys, I need you to do me a favor. If you're riding around today, you just stop by my lot, say what's up to me. But I'm going to try to get you upped by my new guy. And I need you to act like you're a customer. No doubt. Okay, cool. Sounds fun. Boom. Evan gets released on the lot, sees somebody pull up on the lot. Evan, what did you see from that vantage point? What happened from there? Don't lead to the end and don't say who was who yet. Don't do it. But go ahead and explain kind of what it is that you did at that moment. This is your first customer, your very first up. You are released. Go get him, boy. You know what I mean? What happened at that point?
I was nervous as all get out. I mean, Like, this is my chance. I've been begging you to say, let me go take enough. And you say, no, now is not your time. And then you say, Evan, go ahead. And I go out there, and there's two guys walking out. And, you know, I did what you taught me to do. First thing, meet and greet, give a name, get a name, talk to them, figure out what they're looking at. And it just kind of evolved from there. And in my mind, it was this literal process of what's the next step to the sale. Okay, I've got to do this to get there. What's the next step? And then it just moved on. So I don't know where you want me to stop the story, but yeah. So I'm talking to these two guys, and we start looking at this Infinity M35.
He said, "Man, go show him this real quick." He said, "Bet, I'm gonna." All right, let's do that. Cool. Showed him off. Did a couple little tricks, right? Not really tricks, but a couple key things to build that experience up. And you're watching it all come together because they were things that he was like, "Oh, cool, awesome," and you were seeing them be effective. What were some of those things that you were doing to kind of connect with that customer and get them engaged inside of the process?
One thing that stands out the most in my mind was I told him to put it on his favorite radio station. And then I told him to press and hold down the number 1 and set it as the first preset. And I remember they looked at each other, and he's like, "You just had me set a preset." I'm like, "Okay, I guess that's right. I guess. I don't know. I'm new. I haven't done this before." So that was nice, right? I'll do this always if they're that excited about a radio preset.
And they're so pumped up about it because remember, the guys that came through, they were car guys. Right? These are two guys that have been on the road with and have traveled. We've sold hundreds, maybe thousands of people in the time that we've been out there. And he got to see a couple cool things of this young man that now, if you guys you can't see from this angle, Evan is semi-awkwardly tall. Okay. He's like really tall. Okay. So he's a large presence person. Okay.
Everybody next to you, Lou, is tall. Stop.
That's so fact.
That is so true.
It's facts. So true. But Evan is tall.
Evan is very tall. So Evan is doing his thing. He's goes to the test drive, has all the fun with the customer, does these things, has those moments, and he's getting all pumped up, getting all excited. Comes through, gets his commitment, gets the trial closed, does everything he's supposed to do to get to presenting numbers. Prepare the pencil, get it all ready for him, block it up, ready to go. There it is. He presents. And then at that point, what happens as you present?
So I go through the numbers and I get an objection, and I fumbled because I had no idea. And so I was like, "Give me 1 second. I want to go grab my friend Lou, who's a great guy. He's going to come over here and he's just going to help me just because I'm new." So I go grab Lou. I said, "Hey, I've got, these two customers here. We're looking at this car. They gave me this objection and I don't know how to counter it. So come help me." And so Lou walks over to the desk and he said, "What up, Fred? What up, Sean?" And at that point, I'm like,
"It was Fred. It was Fred and it was Sean."
Yeah.
I'm like,
"That was awesome."
I'm like, what's happening here? And he's like, "So how did he do?" And at that point, it's like, "Man, that was a test." And it's like, okay. And so Fred gave me honest feedback. He's like, "You did good on the lot, stumbled at numbers a little bit, but it was fine." And I took that to heart. I'm green, my first chance. I'm glad to hear it because now I've made 2 and 2 together that these were comrades of Lou's. So, and then Lou, I guess I'll let you finish up from that point.
Oh, and then from that point, Fred goes, "Dude, these are real numbers on the car? Are these real? Are these the numbers?" And I was like, yeah, they are. He's like, "Bro, I need to show this to Priscilla. I think I want to buy this car." So it turns into Fred coming in on a test, gets to see a car, gets put into a nice, plush, beautiful. It was a beautiful car.
It was black on black.
It was.
I actually sold that car I had that car for like 4 or 5 years at least, and then we sold her. Turned around and sold her. I still sold it for like 21 grand off the lot. I was like, bingo, Navy Fed loan, let's go. I even gave the salesman $1,000 because he sold it for 21 grand. I was like, "Hey man, here's 1,000 plus your commission. High five, bam, good job." But
nice.
That was a nice car. It was an all-wheel drive Infinity. Evan, you did a great job. I remember I came in and on my side of it, I came in and obviously I knew I was there to do some testing with you, you know, and I did see that car on a lot and I did like it. So it was, and that's the power, folks, of just taking your customer, going that extra mile and showing them whether they're there to buy a car or not. Sometimes they run into something. They just go, hold on a second. That's nice.
Put them through the process.
And that's what happened to me. I wasn't there to buy anything. I met a nice young man. He was new in the business. I was excited to do a little secret shopper thing for him. It's cool. My brother Lou calls me and says, hey, can you help me out with a new guy? I'm always down to do that. You know, it's nothing better than helping a new guy come up in a business. So and then I did that, but literally, Evan, no joke. It's just walking down that lot. You just happen to have that car on a lot. So salespeople out there, oh man, I don't want anything. Walk them around the lot. You'd be surprised what they stumble on. Once they trip on anything out there that they like, go get the freaking key and show it to them. Evan did the same thing. Have them drive the car. Once they drive the car, there's nothing seals the deal like the feel of the wheel, folks. I'm telling you, you drive that car, the car drove smooth. Thing was loaded to the gills. I mean, this was an all-wheel drive. This was the M35X. It was loaded out. It had everything you could imagine in the car. It was everything that I needed. I had a truck that I was ready to get rid of. I was like, okay, cool. I was doing a lot of traveling. My wife needed a new vehicle. She was driving a BMW at the time. It was too small for her. She didn't like it. So this was a bigger car. She liked cars at the time. She didn't want a big SUV. So everything, the stars all lined up perfect. Evan goes in, and Evan did a great job. You know, like you said, did he stumble through the numbers a little bit? Yeah, but because I forced him to stumble. Because, realistically, if I was truly there to just buy a car, it would have been a little bit different. But I was trying to give him objections. Right. And then he did the right thing. Like he said, he went and got a turn. He didn't blow me out. He didn't tell me, no, I can't do it. He just told me, I don't know. Let me go get somebody that might be able to give you the answer to this. So that's the key, folks. Just keep your people at bay. Show them vehicles. Get them excited about something. And then you walk them in. You present numbers. And once you present, after you trial close, you present numbers. And once you present numbers, it's magic at that point. And, Evan, you did a great job, man. It's really cool to see you go from that guy to sitting in the seat that you're sitting in right now, man. Right. So you need to feel really good about that, because you remember, like you said, you caught the first stuff you catch. You're like, man, I'm excited, but I really don't know what I'm doing yet. I just know I have to go through steps, all these steps, and I have to do this. And you're thinking about the steps instead of just doing the steps at first. And now look at you. Now you're teaching guys the same thing. Now you're pouring that out there. So that is part of Lou's legacy, in my opinion, and I'm part of mine a little bit because I was there. So I think that's a really cool story. I keep forgetting. I keep remembering that. I'll never forget that, obviously. So it's really cool. I'm glad that I was part of your first deal, my friend. And
so am I. Super glad. It's a really neat story. But
you sold one of the best car guys in the world, man. That's not
right.
Not to say I'm that great, but I am.
And that's mainly that's how we hyped it up, right? So when building you up at the time, right? That's mainly what I was leaning in on is, bro, you know how good you did? Fred is one of the greatest car guys that I know in the business that I've locked arms with from my early days in the business, right? And you sold him. You did a great job, and that gassed him up so much. He was so pumped up, but so amazed because he had that roller coaster of deflation. Like, I finally got to go meet my first customer. It was fake. Ah,
hey, but he's buying anyway. Hey,
but he's buying the car. Heck yeah,
car
awesome.
Business. I love it.
Yeah, we got two nice trades in here, and everything's moving right. And it just happened, And Chef Sean is sitting there like, wow, what did just happen? It was so awesome.
It was awesome. I'm gonna throw some real quick. We had Laura. She was on them. This has been these people.
What's up, Laura?
If you're still on, Laura, I know you're a busy lady. Good morning to you, my friend. I hope you're wherever you're at in the countries. I know you travel everywhere, Laura. You and Rick. I hope you're having a great day. Keep smiling.
Michael
Dooley
from Down Under.
This guy's from New South Wales. He's a digital marketer down in Australia. He's a new friend of mine. I'm looking forward to getting to know this guy a little bit more. He actually reached out to me. So, Michael, thank you for jumping on this morning.
Welcome,
brother. Get a hold of me if you have some time today or tomorrow, man. We need to talk anyway. We got some stuff. I want to see what we can do to connect. And then we got Thomas Pena. What's up, Thomas? Thank you for jumping in. And I'm sure there's been some other people who came in here. And if I didn't have a chance to say hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Have a great morning. And thanks for joining us on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast right now with Evan Boyles.
So we're about
bearded car.
Go ahead. The bearded car guy. The bearded car guy. There's a story to that too, which again, we'll explain here in a minute. But let's go ahead and get that overlay ready. Folks, this brew has been brought to you by Think Ad Group.
Oh,
you can get information by going to thinkadgroup.com. There's some incredible solutionaries that are doing big things for the automotive industry and just for people that are trying to find a way to harvest some of the best customers out of what they have access to.
It's an honor, man. You know, I'll tell you, Think Ad Group, they sponsored us for 3 months. They just renewed the contract with us. I want to thank you guys so much for believing in us and believing in us for another 90 days. We do have some other people reaching out to us for sponsorships, folks. We have room. If you want to sponsor and you want to be part of this Car Guy Cafe and this whole movement we're doing, we honor you. Just come give us a call. We have different packages, different levels. You know, you might just want a little K cup. We got that type of package. You might want the venti. We got that package too. Whatever your package, whatever your budget, if you want to get your name out there, trust me, our videos are everywhere.
We're going to
so
get
your name will be out there. The Think Ad Group knows what we're talking about. They have had a lot of success by having our name in the bottom corner right here. A lot of people know who they are now. And if you want the same kind of results, give us a call. Enough about us. So, back to Evan.
Getting to the bearded sales guy over here. So,
which is CGC approved.
He is. Get you some of that. So Evan is somebody that I had a great time, not just training, but working with. But we, of course, in any of those relationships, while you're building somebody up that's new to this business, we run into different times where they're trying to figure out what's best for them, right? Any of you new people to the car business, you've gone through that stage. You've gone through those moments where you've questioned, should I go get that 9 to 5? And is it going to be easier for me to just go get a nice factory job? I'll get $15, $20 an hour, whatever it is, right? I can live off of that. Things are good. Your level of understanding of your power is limited to what your experience is. Evan had the great chance to see some great things happen for himself, kind of went through the roller coasters, a little bit of competition things at the store, some of the politics that are involved in going through, being inside of a big corporate company, right? There's all of the BS that is part of why, you get paid to be there, right? Because it's not an amusement park, right? It's work. You're still going to work. But I remember one morning I was leaving the gas station and I just got done getting the gas and I see Evan walking into the gas station. He's opening up a door for a lady. He opens it up. He does his nice little, the church smiles, you know what I mean? Like, welcome. Welcomes her into the door, right? He's looking all good. He's got a shirt and his tie on, looking dapper. I'm hurrying up and getting to the lot, and I didn't want to be, oh man! I didn't want to yell across, the parking lot over there at the gas station. So I'm like, all right, cool, boom, 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 put it up, get in the car, I'm out. Man, about 15, 20 minutes later, Evan comes in. I see him come in. He's like, hey, what's up, boss? Says, what's up? I said, what's up, man? What's going on? But I look at him, and he's wearing the uniform. He's wearing his smoke gear. He's wearing it was actually a polo. It was a polo, had the logo on it. So it's a completely different outfit now. Same slacks, different shirt, different top. And I'm like, you went and interviewed somewhere. In my head, I'm like, he went for an interview somewhere.
Oh, buddy.
And so simmering on that. Any of you guys ever deal with that? Car guys, car gals, listening, watching. You ever ran into that moment where you're like, you've been gone on an interview? Matt Damos did the same thing to me when I went and interviewed with Clint Riggs and Lane Jackson. I come back, blah, 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 everything's good, got my stuff from the gas station, right? And he's like, how was your interview? And I was like, what? How'd you know? Somehow or another, we all know. Anyway, but
there's something about it. You just feel it.
We did. Totally did. But I've seen it. I was like, Then I went for a walk with Evan. And we had a little bit of a talk and came out. Yeah, Lou, I did. And he explained to me what it is that he was looking for. We had a few conversations about selling out to selling and then determining, brother, I'm here for you to have your best life. And all that I can do, of course, I went into full salesman mode of the car business and how great this could be, but mainly trying to convince him to believe in himself for greater than he's seen so far and reach deeper for that. So getting to question number 2, what was it that was
3 or 2?
We still haven't, but we just went through a story.
Oh, good point.
But
That should have been a confession session.
That may have been a confession session. I don't know. There's other confessions out there, right? But
There is.
Evan made a shift. He was on that plank, right? He was about to walk out of the business, searching. Evan, what was it that kind of inside of you shifted to then commit and then sell out to this business?
That's tough. There was a point where I knew that I liked sales. I've been in retail for 4 or 5 years before I got into business. But I think the defining moment was when I realized that because I'm a car salesman, I'm not selling cars to people. I'm selling myself to people. Cars is just a product that I represent. So no matter where I go, it's going to be some product A, product B, but people have to believe that I'm legitimately here for their best interest. And my knowledge of taking this job seriously is going to point them on the right product, whatever it may be. So it was probably the point where I had to believe in myself that I'm really the sales. My job is to find the right product for my customer.
Right. So what was it that made you abandon your search for another job?
Probably stubbornness. I mean, you as well. I mean, having a mentor that you legitimately look up to is crucial. If you have bad management starting from the top, it rolls down. You're not going to have a solid uniform team. It really starts from the top. And every day that I would walk in, you were my hype guy. No matter how I woke up, you were my hype guy. And at that point in my life, I needed that. And you filled that role. And grass is not always greener. And I had to realize that and how to get the confidence in myself that I can do this. And at the time, I had some real stiff competition that really drove me to want to outdo them. And so it was like everything lined up. I had great leadership, bought into myself, and then I had something to push for. And that was to beat this other salesperson month in and month out. And it didn't always happen. It actually very rarely happened. He was phenomenal at what he did, no matter how he got to it. But it gave me that goal. And I fought really hard to get it. I'm very competitive. And the times that I won it, buddy, I was jumping for joy.
Oh, it's a great that's exactly right. And use other people. You don't want to compare yourself to other people, but you want to see what they're doing and know that you have that potential too. There's something about like sitting next to somebody and you're like, well, I have the same kind of mindset as this guy. I have the same kind of personality. I work just as hard. He's doing extremely well. I should be able to do extremely well. So yeah, you do want to see that because it's not comparing, but it's also knowing that it's possible. When you see other people doing, you're like, it's possible. So when you're able to do that, and then like you said, if you can outdo them, great. And if you outdo them, you're doing really well. You're like, oh, this guy did really well last month. If I outdid him, I did extremely well, right? And that's something that Lou and I have had together, not just in the past, but even now. Like we both work at stores. We're brother sister store, but we're still competitors, right? So we like to outdo each other in a way. Don't get me wrong. If he kicks my butt that day, I'm still cheering him on, giving him high fives and praises. But when I beat him that day, he's cheering me on, but I'm over here going, right? And I know that they're doing the same thing, and that's okay. We like to do that, and it's just a good thing. But we definitely encourage each other. We definitely push each other up. But don't get me wrong. I want to beat his brains in every single month. I want to make sure that he can't touch me. But that's not going to happen because he's Lou Ramirez, right? And that's what's so beautiful. We have it's just like perfect back and forth, and it's a lot of fun. We always end up being even, and that's the coolest part. But that being said,
because we're really competing for the same thing,
right?
At the end, it's not me competing to beat you or you. Mm-hmm. It's not you competing to beat the other person on the sales floor. Oh. It's really you competing to beat your own.
That's best. It. You want to have your best month
and to continue to grow and get to that next level. You've had to find it inside of you to beat that person you were chasing, right? You had to say, no, wait a minute. It's not so much that I'm any better than you. I'm just better than this.
Yeah.
Right? I am better than where I've been. I can get to there. Where you are, I can be. Right. But I have to challenge me. Man, I need to write that down. So
keep going.
Keep growing, right? Let's go. So listen, I do love the whole flow of where it is that you are now and where it is that you're going and the things that have happened. Guys, gals, understand, Evan made a shift inside of himself to kill the stigmas of even car salesmen, which has made him such a great and pleasant person to buy a car from. People have enjoyed him. I enjoyed taking Evan, especially if you needed to know product knowledge, you needed to know what's going on with the car. I mean, the detail things that sometimes get brazed back past the average car guy, right? He knows those things. He gets into those things, just like Chef Sean and many other car guys that we've had here. He knows stuff. But Evan has also, when he made that shift, he went to setting different records. He has the most sold at that store. He's developed the most gross as a salesperson from that store, right? Many different records, correct?
Yes, sir.
And because of that, he's seen some great success for him, for his wife, for his family, right? Because anytime you have a young marriage, a young family, he got married while we were together there, right?
Yeah,
it was just a boom like that. There was so many big boy movements that he made.
Right, yeah.
And it was so cool to see. But his wife then got ingrained into the culture. She became a car gal, a car guy's wife, and understood how to motivate her husband to do some great stuff. And it was such a reciprocating thing. Car guys and car gals, for those of you that have had some great success in this business, you always have that backbone of a spouse that is supportive to you being the best you when you head out there on the lot and you work those tireless hours and you're helping so many people and your phone is going off at weird hours because a car didn't start or whatever the case is that you're dealing with. But Evan has taken those challenges that almost pushed him out of the business, and he's found some great success with them. And I can't say enough how proud I am, but I mean how so many people are. But I'm going to join the crowd of solutionaries that are just going to cheer you on and say you're incredible, you're amazing. Before we get to number 3, just want to applaud you.
We need to get through these. We need to get through these. I'm sure he doesn't have a lot of time.
You got to go. We got to
spin up in the behind
here.
They're
starting to get in there. Here
so
we go.
We're going to go to question number 3. Question number 3 is it's going to stem from I think I already know this answer because you kind of already did it. But if you were to give yourself, go back in your 8.5 years of this business now, man, and congratulations on that. The decade will happen sooner and later. Next thing you know, it's like it goes by fast. But in the 8 years, there's been people that have influenced you, people that have got you to where you're at now. If you were to pick 1, maybe 2 people, I get it. It's hard it's just like getting an award trying to just think one person. But who would you say has been the guy that really pivoted you from being, like you were just talking about, I don't know if this is a career, to making it a career? Who was the one that influenced you the most?
I mean, that's an easy answer as far as the most. I've had a lot of people be a part of my career, but number 1, man, it's got to be Lou.
Oh man,
he brought me in. He was my hype guy. He had faith in me. He built me up. He took me for that walk when I thought I was being sneaky and interviewed, and when he happened to see me, I didn't know he saw me, but he invested in me. And anytime that I'm talking with a new hire or something like that, a lot of times it's I want to bring up Lou and just say, hey, listen, you start small, which everybody does. Everybody starts from the same spot. Fred, you were talking about learning a guitar. You've been playing for a year. That's awesome. Everybody starts from the same spot. You just gain experience and knowledge. If you have people give you insight or tips and tricks, that helps grow. But we all start at the same spot. I just happen to have a phenomenal mentor, which hopefully I get to instill in the new hires that I have. But 100%, it's got to be Lou Ramirez.
Wow, that's really nice of you to say, even though it might be a lie. I'm just kidding. It's not a lie. Lou's awesome, man. Lou's a great mentor to have, man. I'm glad that you threw some love at him. Matt Damos, I don't know if he's still watching.
Yeah, Matt's out here.
He was on here. That's my guy. That's the guy that when I got in, he gave me the courage. He gave me the, encouragement also. He did all those things for me, made me feel like it was possible. He showed me the way. He was my Yoda.
He was the Yoda.
And like
that's how we introduced you to him.
Yeah, so it all that stuff, it all works together. You know, he's been a big part of mine, and just like Lou was a big part of yours. You know, I like to think that I was sort of part of Lou's too, because when he first came in, I did a little bit of training with him too. So it's one of those things where it's really neat how all our energies are being transferred to each other. We're all giving each other a piece of each other, and we're all using those things, you know. And then, like much like you did with Lou, yet you're making it your own. And you're right, all your new hires and all that stuff that you're doing, you are doing that. You're going to have guys that are 8.5 years in, if they're on a show or if they had a chance to tell people who was their biggest, they're going to bring up Evan. Right. Evan was the guy. He was my hype guy, you know, just like you're saying now. You know, it all comes into play. But just remember that, you know, when you see things like Lou hyping you up every day you came into work, and I'm sure you do it, Evan, you do the same thing. When you know something that works, that helped you get to where you're at, use those things, pour it out, and pour those on your guys too. You know, it's okay. No one has an original idea anymore. Everyone takes everybody's stuff and everybody uses it and mixes it, makes it their own in a sense, right? And that's something that we all do, and I think it's really cool. And oh, look, Terrell Blunt.
What up, Terrell?
Terrell, another local homegrown car guy himself, right there.
Series 2.
But yes, question
number 4. So inside of this, so we explained, folks. Let's go ahead and bring up Evan. Let's bring up that big face on to the screen real quick and show everybody. So car guys, car gals, I don't know if you remember, but maybe about a decade ago, seeing all of this facial action here was unheard of. It was so militant the way that we approached it. You might have had a mustache. You might have had a maybe there was a snuck in goatee here or there. But I remember so many people, I mean, always clean shaven. That was the business. That's how it was. You were shirt, tie, you were clean shaved. Okay. Right. It was easy for me, right? I'm done. But Evan came in here and I made him chop it off, but we put an incentive out there. So real quick, Evan, what was it that shifted and how has culture changed inside of the entire auto group because of you making the shift into being the bearded sales guy? Where did that come from?
Well, it came from a goal that you gave me. You said, if you average 15 cars for 3 months, you can grow your beard. I hated shaving. I mean, it was the worst thing. It was the worst thing. And so I did. I hit 15 cars 3 months in a row, grew my beard out. And then I happened to see the owner, Carl Swope himself, start growing his beard out. And the key to it is you can't just let
bearded
it go.
Buddies from there.
We were bearded buddies. I like to think so. I don't know if he would be like, yeah, we were bearded buddies, but you know, to me, as the guy looking to the top, yeah, I was his bearded buddy. But the key to it is keep it manicured. You know, you can't look sloppy.
You need to be clean.
Right. And so take that extra time, make sure that it's nice and tight, your lines are straight, and then, you know, you be genuine. And then people will look past, wow, he's got facial hair now. And it kind of goes hand in hand with like tattoos. You know, a lot of times before, tattoos were a bad thing. You know, you associated it with, you know, just different types of culture, but not really with a professional, clean-cut car salesperson. Mute that. But now it's more accepted. So I think that if you are a genuine person, you know, people look past these little things, but the key to it is you got to be presentable. You have to be knowledgeable and just a genuine person. You can't have that fakeness to you.
That's right.
I agree. And he's 100%. You hit that right. Keep it manicured and clean. Like, you can have a super long beard, but if it's kept clean, it looks good. You know, if you put on the right outfit with it, your shirt's ironed, your pants are ironed, your shoes are polished and clean. They don't look scuffed up like you've been wearing them out in the rocks. You know what I mean? You have to come to work looking professional. It's amazing. I have long hair. That was not really a cool thing either, you know, having hair down to past my shoulders. But the thing is that I keep it clean. I always pull it back. I don't let it get unwavered. I don't look nappy every single day. My hair's washed. I shave my face. I shave my neck. You know, I do all the things. Right. I do all the right things. And then my clothes is always going to be in fuego. It's always going to look good. It's going to be fly. I'm going to be the nicest dressed guy in the whole dealership. That's how I feel. I can overcome a lot of that by, you know, having long hair and a beard by doing that. But then it comes to the point where even your client, or what were clients saying? Well, my clients think I look great. They think, hey, this guy looks professional. Most of the time, they think I'm the owner of the store. So that being said, that's just because you have to, you present it. And then there's a swag about it. When you dress nice, you keep shoulders back. You look good. You feel confident. You stand taller. Customers like that. They don't like people who are recluse. Body language is huge. I'm not going to get into that, but body language.
But he was confident in his face, right? And just being able to have that beard on your face, it made you more comfortable inside of who you are.
Yes, because that is him.
And you being you is the best way for a customer to actually have the experience that they're needed. Anytime that you're being fake or you're trying to shave away what isn't you, you know what I mean? Or excuse me, what are parts of you? You try to shave that part away and you decline giving that to the customer, they're not going to get the full experience. They need you to be confident in you. So if you're sitting there all itchy and ticked off that your face is bothering you and you nicked yourself and I hate fighting this beard every day because he obviously grows it, right? By 2 o'clock, he had half a beard already built. It was back. You know what I'm saying?
Some people have that.
It's like, dude, did you shave today? Look,
they don't got a 5 o'clock
like
shadow.
Tim
They got
Allen,
like a noon
right?
shadow,
It was crazy.
right?
But we're going to go ahead and jump to number 5. We got to go ahead and get this day.
I know we got to get this thing going. So number 5 for you, man, and this is one of Lou's favorite questions to ask people. You know, we all get these great things. There's been things that have happened to you since you've been in the business that have just been amazing. You know, you've touched people, they've grown, you've seen them start selling cars, you've met people, you've done this, but there's these things that we call rewards for things that come up in life. If you were to pick one major reward from doing this job, what has been the biggest reward from the car business to you?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's a tough one. That is a tough one.
I think that's a couple spots on his head just go.
So
years of cranking.
The flexibility of the hours. So I serve at my church. Usually it's 2 days a week, but I've got practice 1 day a week for praise and worship team. So the flexibility of being able to work around that. So I get work and I get play, and I don't ever mix the two up. I'm not afraid to talk about my passion for Christ at work, but when I'm out of work, that's not me. I'm doing my play. So probably the flexibility and obviously the financial security of it, but the flexibility to be able to go serve and do other things that I want to do other than grinding 6 days a week here, dusk to dawn, just to make ends meet. So I would think the flexibility of the business is really the most beneficial, having that decompression time, having something on the side that can release that, because our minds are always going. Once you're a lifer in this business, your brain is always turning. You're a car salesman, and your train of thought to your friends, to your spouse, you know, you can't help it. You're doing trial closes. Hey, honey, what do you think about this? And it's like, yeah, I was like, I think that's a good idea, right? I'm doing acknowledgement statements and just little things, but having that thing on the side to where you can just say, this is the line. I'm not here for my career. I'm here for my other passion. So that was it.
I love it. And something that you earned in this business, something that you've put the work in, you did everything. You're talking about the 6 days a week, grinding it, ding da dong, doing all that stuff. We all kind of had to go through that. You know, it's kind of like an initiation into the business. You know, you had to learn, because, you know, the thing is like, if you come into this business and you kind of half work it, it's going to take you double the time to get as good as you could if you went in full working it. Right. So the goal for new guys to come in, grind it out, get good, learn, because the key is just repetition, just multiple times of talking to people, because you're going to mess up. You're new. New guys mess up quite a bit, and that's okay. I've been doing this 20 years. I still mess up, right? It's okay. Don't forgive, focus, fly. Just keep moving, and that's the key. But the more you do it, the less problems you have, the easier it becomes. The more it sounds like it's not force coming out of your mouth, the more it's like it's real coming out of your mouth, because you understand it. You do know it. Matt, not to throw this in, but Matt Damo says that I'm the second nicest dressed at work. False. But Matt, you dress nice, my friend. But I'm a bad mama jamma. Anyway, no, Matt's got it. But so yeah, second. So he says, great show, fellas. Crush it today. I'm sure he's getting ready to start working a lot himself. So awesome. So anyway,
much, man. One of my greatest rewards inside of this business is being able to see the development of great people.
Absolutely.
And people finding themselves and finding their path. I remember Evan I remember what he drove. I remember where he lived. And I remember all those things. And just having the chance a few days ago to go over to get the tour of his home. Again, his driveway is looking dope, Nissan'd up, right? And just to see the growth that he's had as a person, him have literally hitting the Emmaus walk, taking this walk with the Lord, him doing all of these things that have built him in character, and have had him establish himself, not just as a professional, but as a man. Those are great rewards. And I can't say enough how much I honor that he has committed to himself to seeing success happen, and now seeing that spill into others. It's a great value. It's a great part of the legacy, but there's so much more to go. There's so much more growing to do. You're inside of your 8th year. 8 represents the number of new beginnings. And I'm just so excited for you to be able to propel to the next level. Sales manager at Swope Nissan. You're working side by side with a great other solutionary brother. Well, he's a solutionary as well, of the great Taylor Klein. You're right there next to his brother. Me and Taylor were running back and forth when I was at that store. It was so awesome. Such a great time. We're going to have Taylor on the show one day. An incredible genius. It'll be kind of maybe some of the subprime hero flow, because he's a great F&I guy that just knows some great stuff. He's a sales manager.
He's probably the second best in the state.
But
he's really good.
The first best is
subprime hero.
I'm just playing.
But car guys, thank you so much for joining us and for seeing and listening to Evan.
Yes.
Evan, real quick, go ahead. This is your couple moments of putting yourself out there. You can clip this up, use it however you want to use it. But Evan, how can people get a hold of you? Where is it that you're at? And what are you doing to help the community out right now? Ready, go.
I'm sales manager at Swope Nissan. You can find me on top of the hill. I'm way off the road, but if you look up, I'm in this Taj Mahal of a beautiful building located on the Miracle Mile of 31W. You can find me on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook as well. But I just prefer you come see me. Just come see me at Swope Nissan. I would love to solve your transportation issues. I would love to get you in that dream car. Love to get you that first car. Either way, I'll take a genuine interest in you and actively listen and find something that you'd be happy to drive.
Heck yeah, get you some of that. So, folks, if you're looking for a brand new Nissan, go see my brother over in Elizabethtown. And you're in the area, go check out Evan. If you're looking for a used one, I got you. But car guys, have an incredible day. Thank you so much, Evan, for joining us. Folks, I cannot tell you how incredible it is to be feeling what I'm feeling right now. Just seeing Evan inside of his posture and where it is that he is, knowing the great things that are right in front of him, because there is so many great days in front of each and every one of us. I don't know where this message has got you. I don't know where you're hearing this podcast. I don't know what place in life you're at the moment, but I'm telling you, don't give up. Don't continuously be looking outside of yourself to find the answer. It's already been deposited inside of you. You can find it. The world outside of you is going to represent the world within you. So let the world within you spill out to affect the incredible world that we've been blessed to live in. You can make the world a better place, selling cars, solving problems, but really just chasing people down with smiles. I hope that you're having a contagiously confident day. Brewing Solutions. Fred, you got anything left on that?
Evan, it was a pleasure, man. I'm glad you came on. We're looking forward to seeing you keep growing. We're going to have another update. I'd love to have you back on the show again.
Have you in the cafe?
Well, have you actually here?
Right here.
I need some more signatures. This whole COVID keeps us from being able to do these signatures. We only have a handful up here compared to all the interviews we've done. But Evan, man, dude, great job. Way to go. Way to keep doing your thing. I'm glad that you're a man of Christ. I'm glad you're doing the right things for not just your job, but for your community, for your friends and your family. You keep growing, and I promise you the world is unlimited. Dude, 10 years from now, you're going to go so far. But just remember, don't let yourself stay stagnant and leveled out. Always look for more. Always keep growing. And if you do that, you'll be happy, and you're going to make this career the best career ever. And once again, thank you for spending time with us this morning. I know you're a busy guy.
Guys.
You have a great day. You forward on. You keep growing. You keep touching your teammates and making sure they're happy. You keep motivating them. You do your thing, bro. And I promise you, it's going to be huge for you. You're a great person, man. You can just see it. You can tell it in your demeanor and everything else. So We appreciate you.
Folks, you're going to see Evan Forgive Focus flying and growing with us in this intro. But until we see each other again, car guys and car gals, I am Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And I'm Fred Lenartz, the subprime hero.
And we have been doing solutions with Evan BOLES.
That's right.
Get you some. Enjoy the
Brew.
intro as we outro.
That's
right. Get you some. Car guys, car gals. Love y'all.
Whoa.
Focus.
Fly. Keep growing.
What's up, people? Man, that was such a great time. I had a blast.
Always a good time.
Truly a great solutionary. So proud of that young man.
You should be proud of that, man. That's part of your legacy. You'd helped him come up. I mean, I'm part of it too, sort of, but that's your dude. You train that guy, and that's neat to see how far he's come. You know, and that's just one of many. You know, and there's gonna be, you know, years from now, all the guys that we've been training at this place, we're gonna see a difference. Then we're going to see like where they've gone, and you know, hopefully some of them are going to be running stores or managing something, or maybe just the best guy at the store they're working at, or at the store we're working at, you know, whatever, right? So it's really cool to see legacy come up. You know, we talk about legacy a lot, folks. That's legacy. You know, that's what we mean by that. It's not, you know, like, you know, I want a big statue and all this stuff. No, it's the way you touch people. You know, when we asked Evan, hey, who's your biggest influence, and he's like, dude, Lou Ramirez, bro. Straight up. That's legacy. So that guy will never, I'm going to tell you, Evan will remember Lou. Even if Lou moved to California, never saw him again, he'll never forget Lou. He'll always remember he's the guy who helped me find the courage and taught me the skills to get me to management level to where I could start buying nice homes. I could have every guitar I've ever wanted. I could have nice cars. My family's doing well. That's what the car business provides for you, folks. Understand, if you make it a career and you work hard and you grind it out, you wake up every day with a smile on your face. You go, I'm going to go crush it. The business will provide.
That's right.
You know, if you're a Christian, the Lord will provide. The Lord will provide if you do everything you're supposed to do, your mission, what your purpose is, right? So go out there and do your purpose. Make sure you do everything you can and don't make excuses for it anymore. And if you don't make excuses and you just do it and you just move through it, woo, bro.
Make moves. Don't make excuses, okay? Make sure that you are taking advantage of what it is you've been given. You've been given today. You've been given the opportunity to see greatness. Don't bury that. Sow it. Pour onto it. Grow something out of it. And make sure that today is an incredible day. My main takeaway today, the to-go cup for you all. I'm on the last sip right now. But this to-go cup, find somebody that believes in you. Let them mentor you. Let them cut on you a little bit. And maybe get you a little uncomfortable so that you can get into a place of where there's true growth, but believe inside of yourself that you can achieve great things and you can have what it is that you've set your focus on, what you set your gaze on, you can achieve that. But believe it inside of your heart. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Go be great.
Go be great.
Go be great.
Go be great.
Love you all.
Y'all, love you guys. Michael Mills, before we go, thank you. He says, what's up, Frederick Lenartz and Lou Ramirez? Have a blessed day.
You have a blessed day.
You too, Mike. Take care. Everyone out there.
Mics.
Everybody, crush life. Enjoy life. Have fun. Enjoy the rest of this week. Today's just Tuesday. You got plenty of time, and there's still all kinds of time before the end of the month. So finish this month strong so we can roll into next month hard. All right, guys, we appreciate it. We'll see you guys Thursday morning around the same time. We're going to probably have another special guest. We'll announce that later. You all have a good one. Talk soon.